All right, welcome to Limitless Legs. Today we're going to be really focusing on strengthening the surrounding muscles around the hip joint and then strengthening all the way down the leg as well. So this is how you're going to master balance in your legs and also really get that strength and definition that you want, because balancing on the legs is actually a great way to really tone your legs and also have so much more stability in the body. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. This is going to be challenging. You're probably going to have some moments where you maybe topple over, but that's part of the fun. Think of it as, you're training. It's not going to be perfect. You're not going to do everything perfectly. Maybe you are, who knows. But if you do topple over, I might too. Totally normal, to be expected. Let's get started on all fours. So wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Create a nice long line from the top of your head to your tailbone. Deep breath in. Exhale, lengthen a little bit more. So really pulling your head away from your tailbone. Now inhale, draw the belly button down as you send your gaze out in front of you, we're in cow. And then exhale, tuck in the pelvis, round the spine, push the shoulder blades away from one another. The chin comes to the chest. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Take a few breaths here to really move at your own pace. Loosen up the spine, get that synovial fluid production going all the way down your vertebrae. Just 3 breaths here. Now, inhale, arch, send your belly button down towards the mat as you send your gaze out in front of you. And then as you exhale and round the spine, I want you to connect your elbow, so your right elbow to your left knee. We're rounding the spine. Place the hand and the knee back down, left knee, left arm, right knee, tap. Right elbow, left knee. Left elbow, right knee. Now, can you add the arch first, so coming into cow, and then round and tap. Arch. Exhale, round and tap. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round, tap. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round, tap. 3 more on both sides. Take it at your own pace. Last one. Come back to a neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes. Send your hips up and back. Downward dog. Pedal out the feet here. Let's loosen up the hamstrings. Remember, nice straight spine and bent knees rather than straight legs, rounded spine. So sending that tailbone up towards the sky and pedal from here. Your legs don't need to be straight when you pedal. Even if they just go a little bit further, bring that heel slightly closer to the ground, and then the other. Doesn't need to be perfect. I think getting that out of your mind is really important when it comes to fitness in general. We don't need to have the full expression to be doing something. I get a lot of comments about that. I can't do that position. No, you can, but just to a lesser extent, and that's totally okay. That's how you work your way up. Let's hold the heel down on one side, and then the other. Really drawing the chest to the knees. One side, and then the other. I'm going to shuffle a little bit forward on my mat because I'm really towards the back there, close to the wall. Now, bring both your knees in line with one another, even if they are slightly bent, and then your tailbone's up towards the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your knees close to the ground. They're going to hover just above the ground, and then we're going to lift them back up. So down dog squats, bring those knees down, they're hovering, and then lift up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, not easy, 2, 1. Hold that hover 10. 9, and you can bring your hands slightly closer to your body if that's easier, if they're too far from your shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now staying here, bring your knees over to the right. We're twisting, so you're bringing your hips over to the left as well. Twist left, twist right, left, right, left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hovering again. If you need to take a break, take a break. Deep breath in. As you exhale, it's like you're kicking something back behind you. Bring your knees back together. Kick your left. Right. Exhale as you kick. Right and left. 5, 4, 3, you got this. Last 2. And 1, we're going to hold the hover. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back down and facing dog. Whew. Really tricky. Pedal out the feet again. Take a little breather. Deep breaths in through the nose. Big exhales out through the mouth. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the knees back down. Inhale. As you exhale, kick behind you. Bring it back. Kick left behind you. And back, right, back, left, back. 5, 4, 3, you got this. 2, and 1. Push back, downward facing dog. Whew, take a little breather. We're only doing 1 more set of those. Notice how you feel, what's really on fire right now. If you need to push back to a child's pose, feel free to do so. Deep breath in. As you exhale, hover those knees back down. You can feel free to shuffle your hands a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, kick behind you. Left behind you. Right. Left. 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Oh my goodness, we're done with those. Take a moment here to breathe. Notice how you feel. All right, we're gonna lift the right leg up, but we're gonna keep the hips square. So inhale, as you lift your right heel, I'm kicking things all the way up to the sky, as high as you can go, but it doesn't need to be too high. Then as you exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Step it through, we're coming into a low lunge. So let's just let it feel good in this moment. Just kind of bring your hips down, make sure they're square, so you're bringing that left hip down. Maybe look over your right shoulder to really get deep into that right hip. A few breaths here, just to open up. Inhale. Exhale, send that hip down. Inhale again. Exhale, send your hip down. We're lengthening the spine. Beautiful job. Inhale. As you exhale, push back, half split. Reminder, straight back, bent knee. If you feel like you can, straighten. Make sure you're not compromising by rounding. So as long as you can keep a straight spine and then draw your knee down towards the ground, that's okay. But I really don't want that straight leg, rounded spine. Deep breath in. Exhale, maybe you can straighten the leg a little more. Inhale. Can you straighten? Can you send that tailbone a little bit further back? One more time. Exhale. Just exhaling to get deeper into the stretch is really, really effective. Helps the muscles relax. Helps the nervous system know it's safe to be in that position. So make sure to utilize your breath when you're stretching. Now we're going to come forward. Shuffle your right foot out so that your toes are coming off the mat and your heel is still on the mat. So we are in lizard now. So you can untuck that back toe if you like. If it feels better on your knee, you can keep it tucked. Totally up to you. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, can you come closer to the floor? Can you bring your elbows down? If not, please stay where you are. If you have blocks nearby, you can pop them underneath and then put your elbows on those. So just bringing the ground a little bit closer to you, totally up to you on that one. And we're just here for 3 breaths. Reminder, with that exhalation, can you go deeper into the stretch? Deep breath. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. And exhale. Now, staying in this lizard position, wherever you are, if you're all the way up, totally fine. You can also come up so that this isn't as intense. Can you kick your left heel to your booty? So I really want you to feel it in the quad. If you do feel it enough just like this, stay like this. If you want to feel it even more, can you bring your hand to your heel? So you can either stay down, bring it towards you, come up, your option. Deep breaths. Last breath. Exhale, slowly lower down. Shuffle that right foot back in, and then we're going to come up to a low lunge. But I want you to have your knee directly underneath your hip at this point. So your hip should be a little bit looser. It should feel quite open so that you're able to be here quite comfortably. We're going to be here for a little while. Tuck your left toes under. Inhale. As you exhale, we're going to hover off the ground and then come back down. Now, if your knee is hurting here, like if this is just too hard, you can always fold your mat a little bit so that it's a softer ground, or you can bring a pillow underneath just so that it's not as intense on the bone, because I know for me that can be quite intense. So inhale, exhale, hover, tap down, tap, and lift, tap, and lift. 8, I know, 7, 6, 5, make sure that right knee is going out and not in. 3, so hard. 2, 1, lift all the way up. We're rising to the ceiling, and then we're going to come all the way down, tap. Lift up. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift, and down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. 5, 4, so hard. 3, 2, 1, stay up. Shuffle your feet slightly closer. So you still up on the toes of the left foot, there I am falling. And then bring your hands to your hips. It's hard for me to focus on something because you know that the gaze does help you balance, because my wall is so empty. I should probably put like a picture there. I think that would really help me. All right, inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, we're hinging forward from the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hinge. 3 more. So hard. Okay, inhale, lift all the way back up. If you need to take a break, take a break. And then as you exhale, stay. Inhale, slowly tap that left knee down. Lift up, hinge forward. Inhale up, exhale, tap. Inhale, exhale, hinge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. 2 more. So hard. Take a break. Shake out your feet. My left toes were kind of killing me there. Okay. Now, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, hinge forward, kind of halfway. We're not coming all the way down. Bend into your right knee, and then bring your left knee next to your right knee. We're pointing that left toe. Inhale. As you exhale, kick and tap the back of your mat with your toes, and then bring your knees back together. Exhale, inhale. exhale, inhale, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come back up. I feel it in my right glute so much. I'll actually keep my mat like that. Let's fold all the way back down. Hold your hands, sit back, down dog. We're doing the other side. Pedal out here, take a moment. Notice the sensations in your legs. Notice where you really feel like you struggled, and let's see if the other side does the same thing. All right, inhale, left leg rises up. And then as you exhale, hug that left knee into the chest. We're stepping through. So finding that low lunge, just opening up the hip here a little bit. So any sort of pinching feeling or tightness, can you like pull into it? Just notice how your body feels. For me, kind of like creating a little bit of a lateral flexion over here. Twisting over this way helps open up the front of my hip for me this morning. Do what feels good for you in this moment. A little bit of intuitive movement. Inhale. As you exhale, let's come back into that half split. So a reminder about the spine and leg alignment. Sending that tailbone back. Rather have that bent knee. Even I have a bent knee right now, so don't feel like you need to be super advanced all the time. In the morning, our muscles are tight. That's normal. Inhale. Exhale, can you straighten a little more? Maybe send your tailbone back a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And exhale. Okay. Let's come forward. Shuffle that left foot out. We're going to come into lizard. So your version right now. So you're either staying up here, or maybe you come down to your elbows. Whatever feels best for you. Maybe one side is different from the other. That's totally okay. You don't have to always do the same thing. Maybe you can go a little bit further here. That's okay. It's normal for us to be asymmetrical. Two breaths here. Just focus on getting those inhales through the nose. Okay. Now, from wherever you want to be, either coming up, staying on your elbows, let's kick that right heel to the booty so we can get into the quad and deep into the psoas and hip as well. We're sending the hips down. I really want you to feel it here. And then as I say, if you want to go a little further, you can bring your hand to the top of your heel and then just send your hips down. So don't do this. Don't lift your hips up to grab for the foot. That's very counterproductive. You will not get anywhere doing that. One more breath here. Slowly lower all the way down. Shuffle your left foot back in. And we're going to come up to that low lunge. So deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, tuck your hips in so that you feel a little bit of a stretch, but you should be quite open now in the front of that right hip. Tuck the back toes. Inhale. Bring your hands wherever you'd like. They can be on your hips. They can be in front of you. You guys know I'm like a proponent of just put your hands wherever feels comfortable. I feel like when we're talking about technique and stuff and like certain positions, your hands have to be like this. I think it closes us off a lot. I think that different people can get better results out of exercises if they make it their own a little bit. So I do encourage that. Put your hands where you want to put them. Hands out in front for me. Deep breath in. As you exhale, hover your right knee off the ground. Tap it down. Hover. Down. We're exhaling to hover. Inhale down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift all the way up and then come back down. So inhale to come down, exhale, lift. Seven, 6, you got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands to your hips. If you want to, it's easier with the hinge. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Feel free to shuffle your feet as well as you exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. And if you want to bend that front knee a little bit, feel free to do so. Inhale and exhale, 3 more. So we are changing up the breath a little bit when we add this hinge, and this can just help increase the capacity in your lungs. Just changing up the breath and utilizing different positions, come up and stay up, can just help increase your lung capacity. So when we are rounding in a cat position, we would mostly be exhaling, but sometimes inviting an inhale there can actually increase your lung capacity. So changing it up a little bit is important. All right, so now inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift up. Tap that right knee down. Lift up, hinge. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful job. Shake it out. Whew. Not easy at all. Okay. So we're going to stagger the feet again. We've got the left in front. Inhale. As you exhale, hinge halfway this time. Bend that left leg and then bring your right knee to connect to the left. Inhale. Exhale, tap your right toes back. Bring your knees back together. Tap. Together. Tap. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful job. Bring your legs together. Fold over. If you folded your mat, unfold it. Plant the palms, push back, down dog. Let's take a little vinyasa here. Lift the heels up towards the sky. Ripple all the way forward. Your option. Come all the way down and do cobra if you'd like, or chaturanga up dog. Totally up to you. And then we'll meet in down dog in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk your feet to your hands. Slowly roll all the way up to standing. Whew. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to bring our feet out nice and wide. It doesn't need to be an exact sort of distance, but I want you to feel comfortable here. And as we go, also feel free to, adjust. If you feel like you want to go a little wider, if you want to bring your legs a little closer, totally okay. What really matters here is that we're turning the feet out. And in these movements, make sure that your knees do not sickle in. They need to be drawing out towards the back of the room. Make sure that your pelvis is not arched here. I'll tell you when to arch. There will be a time. But just keep those things in mind. Deep breath in. Exhale. Place your hands wherever you'd like. I'm going to place mine on my hips. Now inhale again. And then as you exhale, bend into your right leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend left. Inhale, exhale, bend, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, 5, 4, 3. If the breath isn't working for you as well, feel free to do your own. Find a breath that works for you. 1. Now, come back to center, bend both of your legs, inhale. As you exhale, let's bend even more into the right and straighten the left. Come back to center. More into the left, straighten the right. Center, right, center, left, center. 5, 4, last 3, last 2, and 1. Come back to center. We're changing it up a little bit. Now, options. If you have blocks nearby, I would recommend bringing them in front of you. If you don't, that's okay. You can definitely make it work. We are going to come down to Skandasana, so sink deep into your legs again. We're going to straighten that left, come to the right. Send your tailbone back now and reach forward for the ground. If you have blocks, bring the ground closer to you. If not, don't worry. Just bring your hands down. And if you can only go this far, please stay there. Don't feel like you need to push it. When we do come into Skandasana and we start alternating, feel free to stay here and just continue the movement all the way up here. So don't come all the way down unless you feel that it's right for your body right now. For those of you that want to come down, let's come down. And then we're going to lift the left toes up towards the sky, coming all the way down to the ground. If you are on your blocks, then feel free to do the same thing up here. Bring your hips as low as they can go. Play around with it. So wherever you are, inhale. Exhale, let's walk over to the other side. Bring the right toes up to the sky. Let's go the other way. Other way. Left. Right. And left. Last 2. And last one. Come back to center, push up, wide-legged fold. Let the head hang. Maybe sway from side to side. Let it feel good. Deep breaths here. Taking a moment to breathe. Noticing the sensations in the body. Okay. Come back to center. Walk your hands over to the top of the mat. Come to a down dog. Sorry, my hair loves to get in my mouth when I'm teaching. There we go, we are sorted. All right, so we're in down dog. Now, inhale, your right leg's gonna rise up, but I don't want you to focus too much on the square hip this time. Just open it as wide as it will go. And then as you exhale, tap your toe down. Inhale, lift that leg up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Lift. And tap, last one. And tap. Now lift it up. Hug your right knee into your chest. Step it through. We're in high lunge. Reach the arms up to the sky. Sink low into the knees. Inhale, open up. Warrior 2. Sorry that my back is facing you. Sink low into the right knee. Send that knee out. Inhale, flip your right palm. Let's reverse the warrior. Just have a little warrior flow. Come back to warrior 2. Straighten that right knee. Send your hands forward as you tip over. Triangle pose. Reaching that left arm up to the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the left hand down. Push back. Downward facing dog. Now, inhale, left toes go up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale to tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Last 2. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, hug your left knee into your chest. Step it through. Low lunge. Reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, sink low into the knees. Inhale, open up, warrior 2. Really, really great for the legs as well. And opening up the hips, sink low into that left knee. Gaze over the left fingertips. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. Come back to warrior 2, straighten that left leg, start to tip over, find triangle pose. Your gaze up towards the sky, inhale. As you exhale, bring your right hand down, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands and then walk your hands, your feet up to your hands. Beautiful job. And then just hang here for a moment. If you have your blocks nearby, pop them in front of you. If not, don't worry. You got this. All right. So let's send the left foot back first. We're coming into a pyramid pose. So if you do have your blocks here, it will be useful to have them in front of you. And if you don't, just bend the front knee. That will really, really help. And then just also round the spine here a little bit. I know that sounds counterproductive, but just for what we're gonna do, it's okay right now. Usually in a pyramid, you really wanna keep your back straight if we're getting into the hamstrings, but we are gonna get into the hamstrings despite that. So that's why it's okay right now. So inhale. As you exhale, send your weight forward into the right leg and then bring it back. So forward into the right leg, almost like your toes are gonna start to lift off of the ground, and then back. 3, 2, 1. You can totally have that bend in the front leg. Lift the back toes up, bring them back down. Can you feel that in the hamstring? Lift the left leg up, and then back down. 3, so hard. 2, and 1. Now, bring your left knee to meet your right. So you kind of have like a little bit of a kickback in that left leg. Round the spine, tuck in the pelvis here. You can have that bend. Inhale. As you exhale, roll all the way up. So hard, so much balance. Woo. Tuck your chin. So hard. I'm falling too. And then roll all the way down. 2 more times. Roll up. This is amazing for your hamstring strength, hamstring flexibility. Roll down. So, so hard. Last one. Roll back down. Whew. Step it back. Kind of like a half down dog here. Just pushing back, stretching that foot out. Let's bring the left forward. Okay. So pyramid pose on the other side. Your options. Inhale. As you exhale, bring that weight forward to the left leg. Push back. Left leg and back. 3, 2, 1. Now bring that weight to the leg as you lift the right up and then back. Lift it up, back. 5, 4, so hard. 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to meet. You've got that kick back in the right leg. And then slowly let go of the ground as you roll all the way up. You've got your tailbone tucked in. You're rounding the spine, lifting up. Exhale, tuck in the chin. Start to roll down. Lift all the way up, roll. Tuck in the chin, come back down. Last one here. Come back down. Push back, elephant pose / half down dog. And then bring the knees down. Notice how you feel. And that's it. Show your legs are on fire. We did so much balance work. So many micro muscles were activated in this practice. Remember that falling and kind of tumbling and all of that stuff is all part of the fun, part of the practice. And if you felt like there were some things that you just couldn't do, or it didn't feel like it was in your practice today, my wires are coming out, know that that's also normal and that's okay. There's so many movements that to this day I will come across and be like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. And then you work your way up. So just know that. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for joining me.